This is Larry Henares making your day with the third and last part of an article written by Maria Angela C. Mina entitled Too Many Superheroes. And we continue to quote and to conclude. There are exceptions, of course, and I'm guessing quite a number of them ended up on the list of Oscar-nominated films that I haven't watched. But even if the Oscars isn't supposed to be a popularity contest, I think it's a real pity that Hollywood seems less and less able to produce a blockbuster movie with an original script that is both a grand spectacle and a profound narrative. Technically, James Cameron Avatar might qualify, except that it is quite a bit lacking in the narrative part, since its plot could be summed up thus: Disney's Pocahontas in outer space. Avatar is a milestone in cinema history, but mostly because of how it showed everyone what 3D can do for film. There have been other recent attempts by Hollywood, such as Jupiter Ascending and Gods of Egypt. But the only thing spectacular either movie is how much they bombed at the box office. They've cost studios hundreds of millions, and they've made it even more unlikely that there will be any similar attempts in the future. It's a real pity because both films were helmed by directors who had been much more successful in the past. The Wachowski siblings were behind The Matrix as well as Jupiter Ascending. Alex Proyas, the director of Gods of Egypt, was behind The Crow and The Dark City, both cult classics, with the latter being chosen by film critic Roger Ebert as one of the best science fiction films of all time. All of those films were original material intended for the big screen. And no doubt they are the reason that studios risked spending hundreds of millions of dollars on these directors' recent projects. So where did it all go wrong? More about this after these messages. This is Larry Henares making your day with the third and last part of an article written by Maria Angela C. Mina entitled Too Many Superheroes. I continue to quote and to conclude. Well, I think a big part of the problem is that both Jupiter Ascending and Gods of Egypt are still trying to ride the crest of what's currently popular among film adaptations. And they're trying to target the same demographic who lap up those two movies. Jupiter Ascending may be original, but it is essentially a story of teenage female wish fulfillment. This seemingly ordinary girl hates her ordinary life until discovers she is actually super special because she is the reincarnation of an intergalactic queen. I kid you not. She has a hot bodyguard who falls in love with her, and she wears a couture gown by Michael Cinco, while everyone calls her Your Majesty. Then he rejects his life as galactic royalty and comes back to Earth to clean bathrooms, because there's no place like home. This movie is Wizard of Oz meets Twilight, even in outer space. Gods of Egypt, on the other hand, involves giant gods living among men. They're stronger, faster, and can transform into more powerful forms. Everything goes well until one of the greatest among them turns on the rest. His tyranny can only be broken by the unlikely partnership between an ordinary mortal and the rightful owner of the gods. This movie is the Transformers in a fantasy version of ancient Egypt. If there's anything that I think Hollywood should do, it is to stop targeting teenage girls and comic book nerds with original material. Our market may be big on spending at the box office, but we are already a saturated market. Hollywood should make films for everybody, films that will appeal to people because they are human beings, not because they are fans of pre-existing media. This may not be a ready audience, but that's the kind of risk that has to be taken if we don't want to be reduced to seeing more films going the same tired routes. Who knows, someday I might see a movie and say, hey, that's The Hobbit, but in outer space. And I wouldn't watch it because that's what a real fan would do. This is Lara Henares, making your day, saying good day, God bless you. Thank you very much for being with us. Till next time, hasta la bye-bye.